What's going on, everybody? This is the Bible with Butzy, and for this series, we're going to take a journey through Judges. You know, this is my first time doing this, and we're picking a book of the Bible and we're just going through it. And I figured, why not start with one of the most ridiculous and crazy books of the Bible there is? And it's one we barely read. It's from the Old Testament, and it's Judges. So, just a quick recap and to kind of get you up to speed on where we're at right when we begin Judges. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy establishes the Israelite people, God's chosen people. Joshua, they kick all the people out of the land, or at least they're supposed to. That comes up in Judges. But they've got this promised land that God says, Israelites, I want you to go there. And I want you to kick the people that are out, that are in there, I want you to kick them out. So they kind of do. And then in Judges, they got to figure out how to live. They're this Israelite people, God's chosen people, in this promised land. Now what do? No government, no kings? Well, they got these leaders called judges. And actually, you've heard of one of them, you probably just don't know it. Samson. Remember that crazy strong dude that's got the long hair? Yeah, that's him. We're going to catch up with him later. But one thing I want to pay attention to before we jump into the next episode, where we'll go into Judges 1, is pay attention during the book of Judges as we go through this and as we read along, the sin cycle. This entire people, the Israelite people, they go through this cycle of on fire for God, they love God, then they kind of forget about God, then they start worshiping other things, and then everything goes to crap and other nations come in and just completely subjugate them, which is a fancy word for completely pound them down, enslave them, and then they're in trouble. Then they cry out to God, they repent, which is just a fancy word for saying turn back to God, and then everything's hunky-dory again. And it continues over and over and over and over again. And before you say, man, that sounds crazy, which I always say when it comes to Judges, we can see that a lot of times that happens in our lives as well, just maybe on a different scale. So strap in. Judges is going to be a wild ride. I'm going to just give you a little spoiler alert just to whet your appetite. There is for sure someone who slams a tent peg into another guy's temple. So that happens. You're going to want to check this out for sure. So welcome. Once again, this is the Bible with Butzy, and we're going to be taking a journey through Judges. If you want to take this journey with us, make sure you subscribe down at the bottom to Chapel Student Ministries. Look forward to seeing you again.